Hi, I'm Jason Gorber, and we're here to look at the Wireless Go II, which is one of the sort of premium offerings from Rhodes within the consumer framework. It allows you to have two microphones and a receiver to be recording to various devices, and it does an excellent job, and we sort of want to break down what it actually has. Conveniently, as they always say on the back of what it actually includes. The Wireless Go is an ultra compact and extremely versatile wireless microphone system. Yeah, it's a system. And that's, I think, incredibly important to think about this, is that you're basically building up an ecosystem. For those not familiar, Rode is a extraordinary audio company. They've been around for many, many years. And if you go to film sets, all kinds of elements, or, professional wedding photographers, etc., you will see a ton of Rode equipment. It's really rock solid, and they build excellent stuff. And it's really nice that sort of within this price range, you're actually getting things that are of rock solid quality. Included in here are one receiver and two transmitters, three for windshields, as usual, three USB-C cables, one SCS 3.5 millimeter TRS cable, that's a cable to go from this in directly into the camera, and one carry pouch. Basically, each device is a wireless device that has up to 7 hours of battery life, which is great. Dual channel wireless, which actually ensures a sort of rock solid secure thing. Again, it has the 3.5 millimeter output, so you can put it in a mobile device with a specific adapter or directly in the camera, which is great. Built-in microphone and on all of them. And then the 2.4 gigahertz digital transmission, as they promise, as it says, 4 USB-C devices. So if we crack this open and take a look inside, again, we get a carrying case, and inside my carrying case, I happen to have all my guys. Okay, so this is where all my nonsense is, and we'll get into the nonsense. We'll get into one of the challenges of this particular device, because I think the device is excellent, but it has one particular limitation, which I'd love to see sort of improved upon on a future thing, but that shouldn't necessarily stop you from getting this particular device this generation. I think that the quality is certainly more than worthwhile. It's just, we always want improvements as we move forward. We have three little doohickeys, right? So you can see Wireless Go II, Wireless Go II, and Wireless Go II. And you're like, one of these is going to be the receiver, and one of them is going to be the transmitter, and it's like figuring out which one. Well, it's not always obvious what's going on, but you will see sort of on the front, one of them is not exactly like the other, and that's the way that you're actually going to determine which one is which. Maybe a slightly different color might have helped, but nonetheless, I think that what you'll see, it's hard to see when it's off, but there's actually a power screen there. That's really what you're actually going to see off the front. So when I power it off and it shows Wireless Go, that way we know this is really the receiver, and the transmitters are the ones without that little sort of tiny screen. I can go ahead and do all kinds of features. It's all displaying on here my levels, my mic levels, what my wireless level, etc., etc. If I turn these on, lights flash. We'll go ahead and do that, and we will be able to see directly on here as we plug these in the actual connection, mic 1 and mic 2. And as soon as it's connected, you can see we got a bunch of bouncing lights here. Exactly what we would want from these microphones. So I can now see number 1 and number 2. I know it's probably a little bit of a challenge, but you can see the green lights sort of bouncing here as I go through here. Each of these has a microphone on top of it. That microphone, so this is going to be used literally like this. I could have this transmitter on my camera. I simply put a microphone here, put a microphone on my companion, the person I'm doing an interview, have this on the top of the camera, and I'm done. I have a wireless microphone solution, which is absolutely rock solid. Brilliant. Again, 7 hours is a pretty decent amount of time to do it. I can, with this input on here, put in a lav mic, and so instead of having this out here, I could tuck it in here with this kind of lav mic and actually plug it in. And on the receiver itself, I also have a jack, but this jack, of course, would be for a cable, and it would be that I would output this receiver into the mic input of a camera or of a mobile phone. Line output there. On the side we have USB-C, and that's it. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. On here I can change, I can do certain settings. I can do mono stereo. I can choose whether I'm using mic 1, mic 2, and all of that shown with this nice little tiny screen. Very clean, very clear. Now, when it's mounted like this, I can't see anything, but if it's on, it has to sort of be up. So, you know, it would probably be a little bit nicer if we're mounting it on some sort of device like this, horizontally, for us to be able to see that stuff bouncing. But, you know, we're probably going to be having that. You see that it's sort of, we get it upside down. We got all kinds of stuff for us to be able to see it sort of from a distance. But, you know, once it's set up, it does everything you would like. The cable that comes with is this kind of cable. I would have liked it to be the springy cable that you get with some other Rode products. That would have been nice. But the big thing for me is that you got 3 devices, and all 3 of these devices now have to be charged. And so you have to charge them from something that has 3, with the cables that come with, are these. Here are 3 USB-C to USB-A cables. It's not a Hydra cable. It's not like you plug in one and charges all 3. You have to have all 3s. And of course, because it doesn't come with a charger, you need to have either 3 separate chargers, a computer with 3 USB outputs, and it's usually not a great idea actually to charge things with a computer. It's usually much better to do it with a wall brick. Or you're simply charging one at a time. And again, that's not ideal. There is no way, there's no pins, there's nothing on here for you to have some sort of dock or something like that, or even wireless charging, for you to sort of place them on and have everything sort of charge immediately. That would be fantastic, and I would love to see that in a future model. But, you know, you have the blue lights on here, nice and clean and clear, so you know that you're actually doing the recording. Built-in recording, obviously, with a microphone. And then simply go in the transmitter. The audio quality is excellent. That is absolutely not an issue. Incredibly strong transmission, rock solid, always works. Absolutely, you know you can count on it. Again, it's these fiddly sort of other elements that don't quite, you know, hit it. It feels like we're 95% the way there, and I would love that extra little percentage to be thought out potentially for future models. But if you are looking for something that actually has the Rode name that you know is not going to have it be an issue whatsoever in the field, something that's going to be completely rock solid, that once you charge, you know it's going to hold its charge. Once you need it transmitting, you know it's going to transmit. This is absolutely a product for you, and I think well worth taking a shot. There are other models that only include receiver and transmitter. This sort of package gives you, with this type of receiver, is a little bit more robust and actually gives you a little bit more feedback, allowing you to dial things in a little bit more readily. I think between this and potentially other models, this would be the one from Rode that I would actually probably go with, simply because you never really know when you actually have a need to actually have 2 recordings simultaneously. The receiver itself does not have a microphone on it. It is simply that. So unlike some other systems that the receiver is a microphone and the transmitters are a microphone, this is not that. So the receiver is meant to be set as a receiver, and then you have the 2 microphones that are sort of doing its stuff at distance, either one or the other. Either as a pair, or again, if I turn one off, you can see now I only have 1 bar sort of bouncing back and forth. Not an issue whatsoever. So there we go. There's our quick look at the Wireless Go II by Rode. This is their sort of follow-up for their initial release. I still think there's some key features that I would love to see implemented, but as I keep repeating, I really think that these are a very, very strong model for you to look at for anybody who's doing video recording, such as I am, out in the field, and just making sure that you want the audio to be as exceptional as it can be. Thanks so much for watching. Let us know in the comments what you think, and we will see you next video. All the best. Take care.